sliding down a side street like a hazmat loaded truck. The world is full of heroes, but I don't give a damn. The deities once lived there, but they're not there anymore. The Dodgers moved to L.A., the Mets still play in Queens. I don't know where God is, but the devil's in New Orleans.
You're in the street. You're kind of around the van. The bullets are spanging out, and
RPG.
all of a sudden, you hear this kind of this weird, deep thrumming noise,
Great.
and it goes boom, boom. And when that happens, it's the ground doesn't shake, but it's like the air shakes itself instead.
Like a sonic boom type thing or something?
Yeah, but it's like boom, boom. It's a double sonic boom, and you know
Two people have landed, or
well, you're not sure because what happens is it kind of rocks you back because it's so forceful, but it doesn't knock you off your feet. It's just like the air, all the air around you has pulsed, okay, and then it goes boom, 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 like a heartbeat.
I'm looking.
That's not
Okay.
good.
And when that happens, you notice that a green mist starts rising out of the ground at the Devaney mansion. Okay? All right.
We triggered like
And you
the
start
defense
seeing
system.
arms coming up out of the ground.
No.
We didn't
Okay?
do that. That was not
All right.
us.
Yo,
Like, how big are the arms?
Human-sized.
Human size.
Yeah.
What if
But-
we blew the
Like numerous
Anyway.
arms?
Yes. You're thinking like in the numbers of 12 to 13, maybe more.
Is it just in the
are we
grass?
talking like dead rising arms? Or
That's
like,
what you're thinking. Or like
okay.
spirits. You've run into this before. You've run into the spirits
on
in
the
the
island.
Museum of Death, and the very similar kind of
Okay.
looking effect. You know,
Okay.
the area everywhere gets cold all of a sudden, like ghosts are coming back.
Oh wait, the green mist. Is this reminiscent of like the insta kill, like necrotic?
No. It's more
Okay.
reminiscent of when you were fighting the necromancers. Yeah.
Okay.
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 But yeah, you undead start crawling out of the ground, and there's just a constant heartbeat pulse.
Is the heartbeat pulse thing reminiscent of the drums that we heard during
That's what I'm
the...
thinking.
It really
That's
makes
what
you
they do.
wonder how far this pulse reaches, because it's loud.
Their subwoofers are incredible.
Yeah.
They are, which means if it covers a large area, there's a lot of ghosts coming out.
So does it sound like there's a system doing this, or this is a
No,
magical
it's
sound?
just, you're not sure, but literally the very air around you is pulsing with this heartbeat sound.
Is there
I mean,
How
Yeah.
shut it off?
is there a way? Is she like stuck to the ground, or can we grab her? The frozen. girl?
She's frozen to the ground, yeah.
Okay.
I could probably rip her out of the ground.
We might need
Maybe we should just
to
kill her.
leave.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know about killer, but
Person of you.
Volk could definitely
Yes,
drop
it
the
is.
people's elbow and see where things go after that.
Yeah.
It's
All right.
I'm pretty good at breaking shit and ripping stuff.
So next
surprisingly
round,
so am I.
Yeah.
Swift
Just a
takes
different
I'm
faction.
not sure that
backs
the
up this way.
White Council wouldn't say that's okay.
Swift backs up that way to give Miranda some cover, and to get everybody kind of where he can make sure they're okay. Because you're inside the van, you should be okay.
I'm out here by myself.
Anybody in full? Huh?
What's Gabriel doing?
Gabriel is limping towards the van because he is very hurt.
Okay.
He's got frozen arm, and then he's got bullet wound in the leg, so he's in
Trying
bad
to stop
shape.
the Denarian taking over, probably.
Yeah. For all that he is unkillable, it seems he still takes damage like a normal human being.
Mhm.
Right. So in 4, there's a sharp cracking noise. Okay. And you notice it's coming from the direction of where Lashiel is. And the ice cracks. And
See?
you see that she's coated in flames again. She looks towards all of you and this huge smile on her face. And she shoves her hands down and launches into the air like a rocket. Just flames. Right?
Is she still in the water though?
No.
Okay.
No. So yeah, she has launched herself into the air.
So she Iron Man's out.
Yeah, she's Iron Manning away for now. Yeah.
Okay.
She is headed what looks like to the north. You can see her. I mean, she's like a comet. You
I
know?
should have risked breaking the ice and taking that coin out of her. Oh well. I don't know if I could do it. So.
In 3,
On 3s, yes.
I'm gonna go catch her.
You're gonna try. She's a good bit faster than you.
Okay, I'll give you.
Well, make an athletics check. I mean, well, let's do that.
I don't know. I mean, if you say she's fast.
No. Well, she's doing the rocket thing.
Yeah, make an adrenaline check.
Yeah.
You need to know how
Well,
much
make an
that's
athletics
pumping
check.
right
You know,
now.
you could possibly, you could at least probably keep her in your sights so you know where she's going. You know. Would that be endurance?
Athletics.
Athletics. Okay, let's do
Yeah.
athletics.
I was just reading that.
Yeah. Endurance would be whether or not you can do it for a long period of time. Athletics, we can keep up. Yeah.
Oh,
Plus,
that's not bad.
what'd you get?
2 plus. So 8.
Okay. She rockets off, okay, but you launch yourself into the air, you know, you kind of flying really fast behind her. You're not gaining on her, but you are definitely keeping up with her, okay? She seems to be heading north. You see her pass over, you know, like Magazine Street. You see her pass over towards the French Quarter. She passes over St. Charles and then Canal Street. And you guys are flying fast, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, you're going really, really quick.
And I'll let off just a little bit to make her think like she's gaining and
She
escaping.
doesn't seem to be looking at you. I mean, she is, all of her focus is moving, is on
Well, just in
going
case
fast. Yeah.
she does decide to turn around. Because, I mean, she is a big fiery comet, so I
She
can probably
is.
spot her well. I just want to track her to wherever
Right.
she's going.
And constantly, what you're feeling is this pulse of air the whole time. Boom, 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 boom,
Oh,
boom.
still
And
going.
the scary thing is about it is you have gotten to Canal Street, and you can still feel it. In fact, actually, it's gotten stronger. And as you're flying over, you're noticing, you know, there's lots of cemeteries in New Orleans.
There are.
You are noticing tons of undead crawl up out of the ground through all these different cemeteries. I mean, when you fly over, you're thinking not thousands, but tens of thousands of spirits are going to be rising. This is going to be really bad, you know? Yep.
Do I have any action points left to call, or no?
Oh, to make a phone call to them? Yeah, you could. I mean, all you did was
Well,
fly.
No, I want to keep tracking, because I wouldn't probably be able to fly and talk at the same time.
You get,
Yeah, exactly. Right now.
you know, the wind blows
Try
past
to
your
hold
phone.
the
I
phone,
mean,
yeah.
you are really going fast. You're probably doing 60, 70 miles. Well, I don't know, 70 miles an hour, but you're going fast. You are moving probably faster than you've done before.
I'll just stay on her.
Yeah. All right, that was 3s. 2s.
I'm just gonna. Seeing this situation, I don't know that it's a citywide event. I'm just thinking this is like a home defense system coming alive.
Yeah.
So I'm probably gonna just yell at everybody like, "We need to get out of here," and then I'll
Pile
Just-
into the van.
coup de grace this guy real quick on the ground if that's possible.
You can. Hey, yeah, you don't have to roll. He's not going anywhere.
I figured he would.
Yeah, you shank him, he goes down. That's right.
now.
Oh, that's a spear.
I-
Yeah, the spear is a weapon of war. And then you climb
She's
into the
in
van.
her
That's right.
a different arc right now.
Right.
Are we planning to leave? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Okay, then we're going to go out of combat. That's what we're going to do. So you guys begin muscling towards the van. I assume that's where you're going to. Jody sprints across there. Gabriel rolls inside. You guys probably start, trying to bind his wounds and maybe find some way to warm him up. You probably have one of those little heat things that you snap and gets warm. And so,
hands.
that one of those
Put your hot
hot
hands
hands,
on
right? Put it on there and wrap it around there so you can warm up. As you're piling into the van and you're backing up to get away from there, it's interesting because the bullets stop flying. And all of a sudden you hear from the house, "Ah! Ah!" And you're kind of like, what? And so you get the feeling maybe the ghosts are making their way into the house. You also see what looks like lights, like maybe lightning and fire flashing through there, like some of the Devanese who are still in the house are trying to defend themselves. But it's crazy how many dead creatures start coming up. The Devanese must have sacrificed a lot of people over the years, which is not a real cool thing to do. And now those spirits seem to be coming home to roost. So you're heading which direction? Away from here,
Away.
obviously.
Away from here.
Yeah,
Away,
as
we're heading
you're
away.
driving, you're heading towards Magazine Street and then eventually St. Charles. You see more and more of these spirits coming out of the street. They're different types of spirits. Some of them are like Civil War soldiers. You see some of them more modern, maybe people who are killed in gang violence and things like that. There's even a few that look maybe like policemen or firefighters who were killed. Some of them are from, obviously a couple hundred years ago. Some of them are very recent, but they start spilling out of the gates of several of the cemeteries that you are driving past. And there's thousands of them. People are out on the street seeing this. Most of them are running the opposite direction because it is terrifying. Yeah.
Can I make a lore check to see if I know if St. Louis Cathedral would be a safe place to go, or if given the nature of the cemetery being right next door, it would actually
give me a
not
lore
be.
check on that. That's a really good question.
Well,
It's even.
that's a 1.
You think so, but you're not 100%.
Okay, well, the church is
Where are we going?
consecrated ground,
It
but
is.
so is the cemetery, so I don't know.
Let's go.
We got
our
two
best
coins
guess.
that we need to go
Yeah,
put.
yeah, you
someplace.
do.
Yeah,
Right
that's
now,
true,
but-
that's true. That's
Right.
true.
So you're heading towards St.
That
Louis
being
Cathedral?
said,
Mhm.
if we're assuming this is bringing up spirits, maybe not go to the cemetery where we know there's definitely
No,
spirits.
St. Louis Cathedral.
Okay.
She's going to the
Yeah.
church. Yeah,
I
there's
was
no,
going to say cemetery earlier. There's
Yeah.
a church.
Well, I was thinking
Hope
about the
nobody's buried at the
cemetery
church.
that's near there.
Well, now St. Louis Cemetery is north of the cathedral.
Okay.
A couple, well, about 3 or 4 blocks actually. So
Okay, so we
Yeah.
could probably get there without.
yeah. All right. So you guys hop into the van. You've got your captains with you and begin heading towards the St. Louis Cathedral. All right. Volt, you're following her. She seems to be heading towards the St. Louis Cemetery, where you guys fought the necromancers the first time.
Okay.
She's heading towards it. She heads what looks like to right in that back corner where they were going to fry Volt. And she lands on the ground, and there's a huge explosion of fire.
Fried bunk?
No, yeah, right. Fried bunk, yeah.
No, that's what I meant.
Yeah, it was fried bunk, not fried Volt. Volt doesn't get fried. Right, that's right.
Insulated.
You got insulation.
Insulation,
right?
that's right.
She lands, and are you going to, go into the cemetery and perch and watch what happens, or what are you going to do?
She lands like where in the cemetery, like in the middle, or
Oh, no, it's towards the back, that big open area where they were going to actually
right.
fry.
They were-
Bunk. Yeah.
Okay.
The area where they did the original
Dive
before.
bomb, elbow first.
elbow first.
Now, she is not alone. You notice that there is a man standing there. He's got a book in his hand. That there is what looks like a circle drawn around. And then there's an inner circle where he's standing inside the inner circle. Looks like a woman that he's got on the ground there, and he's reading from this book. Around the circle, there looks like about 4 or 5 of the cultists, the Denarian cultists.
Can I get a read on what the woman looks like?
She's young. Give me an alertness
Alertness?
check. Yeah.
It's 5.
She's a white court vampire.
Which
she's-
one?
You're not sure. It's not one you've ever
Oh
met
my
before.
goodness.
Yeah.
All right.
All I know is the moment you said she's young, I was like, so help me if this is Herrick.
That's what I was thinking.
As far as you know,
Blonde.
hair is
Oh
good.
my
No,
God,
no. This
Lee.
actually, I'm sorry. The girl who's on the ground actually has dark hair, and she's got that pale white court vampire skin. She's on her knees in front of this guy, and he's got his arm around her neck, and he's reading from the book, like he's holding her down or something like that.
So, would it be unfeasible for me to swoop and grab her and go?
You're not sure.
How about I swoop and grab her and go?
You can try that. That's probably a better chance.
Okay.
What if you just swoop in real fast, switch into like a diving drop kick, hit that guy, and then transition into like.
Are you gonna try that?
Man move,
All right.
man.
Yeah.
How'd you
I'll
turn
drop
into a
kick-
helicopter?
He's old. Yeah. I turn into an Apache attack helicopter.
Right, there you go. That works too.
How did you identify as
Pretty old,
that?
right? Yeah, right. That's my actual form.
The guy standing in there also is a white court vampire.
Yeah.
You have never seen him before
So,
either. But
I was hoping just some old frail man.
no, he's a good bit older than her. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll just drop kick him in the mouth or something.
Okay.
Or maybe where his heart is, huh?
I wonder
I don't know
if
why.
There's a grin over there. That's like,
Is she crying or?
I mean,
You can't. I mean, she looks scared, but she doesn't seem to be crying.
Yeah, not great. So this is just a fist check?
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of drop kick, we'll do,
You're just flying. Yeah.
with my claws and...
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I just imagine like older white court vampire holding down younger white court vampire with book in hand. Like, look, sorry it had to happen this way. You or me, it's kind of just kind of.
Yeah.
Right.
That's where they roll.
So 8.
Okay. You swoop in towards him, and it's crazy. You get to where the inner circle is, and you hit this invisible wall. Wham! Okay.
Wow.
I'm gonna need you to make probably an endurance check to see how much if you don't knock yourself out, because you're moving in quick.
It's like you just hit a window pane
roll.
like a bird.
Yeah,
That's
what I'm
kinda what
thinking.
it's like. Boom! Ow! What'd you get?
Yeah. 4.
Okay. You did not knock yourself unconscious. In fact, you didn't even take any damage thanks to the armor. But when you hit it, you go careening off into one of the headstones and go smashing through it and kind of fetch up against one of the crypts. Now, when that happens, the guys in the cultists all turn towards you, and you realize they're carrying AK-47s. Okay, Lashiel.
Bulletproof.
Yeah, well, he's pretty close to bulletproof. Lashiel has landed outside both of the circles. Okay, you get the feeling she knew that she couldn't get in, and when that happens, the guy turns towards you, and he gets this kind of maniacal gleam in his eye, and he looks at you. Oh, it's Alexandra's pet dragon. Right? You do look like a dragon, okay?
Yeah.
And he goes, White Court vampires moving in here. The Skavis have been here for hundreds of years, and those upstarts think they're going to take this city from us? We'll see. We will bring despair of a level no one has ever seen before to this city. So, that's what he says.
All right.
His soliloquy as a bad guy.
Yeah.
And
Just monologuing.
yeah, and Lashiel just grins from the back with her flames and stuff like that.
Alexandria wasn't a Skavis?
No,
You
she's
mean Anastasia?
Anastasia. I'm sorry,
Oh.
Anastasia. Yeah,
Yeah.
Anastasia.
Oh, okay, she was a lust vampire. They're
Well, no,
despair vampire.
she's
Fear.
a fear vampire.
Fear vampire.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's
Yeah.
Malvora. Yes.
She's something. We got it somewhere.
Anastasia Malvora. Right. These are the Skavis who are the despair vampires.
Yeah, Anastasia Malvora.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay.
So driving in the van. Okay, you guys are heading to the cathedral.
Sorry.
You're driving along. There are people driving kind of crazy out there. They're dodging spirits and specters. Several people have crashed into various and sundry objects that are around it. I'm going to need a driving check.
Yeah,
Faux show.
Okay.
it's only because he's jumping over the people that fell.
It is only then that we realize.
Can you go below 0?
Yes.
Then it is a -2.
Oh, that's bad. All right. You're driving along, heading towards along St. Charles to hit to Canal Street. You get to Canal Street, and this spirit steps out in front of you. Let me go over here. Yeah. It looks like a Civil War soldier on a horse, and he's followed by an entire troop. And so you try and dodge out of the way, but you're unable to, and the horses literally, solidly smack into the van. The van gets shoved around, pushed over onto the sidewalk, and smashes into one of the light poles there. And all of the spirits stop and draw their sabers. They look like they're going to try and attack you or the van or whatever. Yep.
Everyone had their seatbelt on, though, right? I mean, that's
Yes.
Yeah, well,
thing,
you
so.
probably were not going fast enough to be a real problem, again, because there's so many people out there dodging streets.
Safety matters.
That's right.
That's right.
Everybody make me an endurance check. Let's see who takes these straight.
Can I get this thing started?
Well,
Does it ever turn off?
Because it's already taken a shot to the nose with...
Right,
nicotine.
that's my thing.
Let's see. Hold on. Let's go ahead and roll to see if anybody takes any stress first. Endurance check?
2.
Okay, so you take a 1 stress hit.
I got 3.
Okay, you're good.
This physical or mental?
Physical, yeah. 2. You take a 1 stress hit.
Take a 1 stress
Ooh.
hit for mental.
Take a
Just
4 stress hit. Ouch.
very unnerved by this.
Well, it's a ghost, so I didn't know if it was
Yeah,
gonna
so
be
I gotta
actually
take
goes
a
social.
mild consequence.
Okay, mild consequence and
You're
then
so
2 stress
embarrassed.
hit. Yeah. Okay, so Bunk gets smacked into. I guess he didn't have his seatbelt on, and he smacks his head on the door, and ow! And so now you get a little blood stream that's kind of coming down there. Give
To
me
be 100% though, I thought Sweat was going to catch you.
He should have.
No,
He's gonna
he
get
would like to. No,
Where's his block at now?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see. What would work for starting things up? Craftsmanship. Yep. Give me a craftsmanship check.
You no longer waited for craftsmanship specifically with vehicles. Look at that. That's even.
Yeah. So what'd you get?
An 8.
Yes, you think you can get it started again, but it's going to require you to get out of the van.
Fair enough.
Okay. So.
He's lived his entire life.
Give me a
waiting for
sec.
this moment.
Yeah, give me a minute. So you going to hop out of the van?
Yes.
I'll get out and flank.
Yeah, you probably want to stop
don't
these Civil War
interfere.
soldier spirit guys from attacking him. That's going to be a distraction to try and get the van going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody hops. Who's hopping out of the van to help?
Roll down the
I'm
window.
You rolling down the window? All right. You're getting out, Jody, or Della. You getting out to help, or no?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys hop out. There's about 5 of these Civil War soldiers. You hop out, head towards the front of the van. Let's see. You go in 2. You go in 2. You go in 1. The soldiers go in 0.
So do I assume? I'm just assuming that the ghosts can't be knocked prone.
Oh, they can be knocked prone.
Okay.
Sure, they can. They're manifested enough that you could do anything to them that you could do a normal human.
We literally hit a horse.
Yeah, you did. Or 2.
Yeah.
So in 2s, what are you going to do, Miranda?
I'm going to.
Shish kebab.
You said there was like a commander,
Yeah.
and
Then 4 guys behind you. Yeah.
and these are vengeful spirits.
Vengeful Confederate soldier spirits. Yes.
Okay. Then I am going to.
I don't know what your plan is, but I find it very amusing whenever you have your voice breaks. Just okay, well, I'm going.
Oh, she's got some
I was
tricks.
gonna try a few things, but I'm going to target the commander, and I'm going to spend a fate point to
Okay.
use the ability Sins Laid Bare, where I confront an opponent with their evil deeds, and they take a strength 7 mental attack each round until they beat it.
Right. So you
Dang.
slam the spear
So
down.
you like Ghost Rider this person?
Yes, she's Ghost Rider. That's exactly. Or the crow. She's
Or the
the
crow.
crow. And yeah. She's.
That's
so
amazing.
you turn and look at him, and the spear kind of glows, and her eyes glow as well. And there's kind of a bit of a holy light that pops up behind her, and the guy looks towards her, and you're not sure if ghosts can be frightened, but this ghost looks terribly frightened, and then all of a sudden he says, "Ah!" and dissipates. Okay.
Nice.
That's a strong attack for him. They're not really able to handle that kind of business. Guilty. He dissipates. So yeah, guilty. That's right. That was the first. What are you going to do?
I'm going to.
Unfortunately, it's not an
try
AOE attack.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Are they? They're clusters, so I'm going to
Yeah, they're
hit
clustered.
them with a wind to
Okay.
knock them prone.
Roll me your discipline. Yep.
Six.
Okay. You wham, and the tornado blows them off of their horses. The horses go scattering. I mean, it's a pretty good tornado. Knocks them out of the way, and so they are blown away from Darwin, who goes to the front of the van, pulls the hood up. You have to kind of wrestle with it. You notice that looks
Make
like
a mental note to apologize to Miranda later.
that's right. You reach in, kind of reseat the distributor, make sure that the spark plug wires are still on there good and solid, and seems like that was what it was. Some stuff had come loose when it got hit. You wrench the thing down as the Civil War soldiers start to woozily regain their feet, hop back inside, and it's ready to go again. All right?
Let's go.
All right. Heading back down Canal Street towards, well, actually, probably heading down Canal Street towards St. Louis Cathedral. You got into Decatur, heading towards, was it Jackson Square? get to Jackson Square. You gonna park and get out, or just you remember Jackson Square is that big, sidewalk area around it that you can just really drive down there if you want to.
Do I see obstacles going down there right now?
There are people fleeing.
Mobile obstacles.
They're worth more points that way. I mean, you don't have to run them down. You can just drive there and it lets you stay in this relative safety. Yeah, there you go, right. All right, so you pull up on the sidewalk, boom, boom, and begin driving down there. People are getting out of your way. Most of the, this is where the lower talent practitioners hang out. You don't see any of them there. They seem to have scattered. Some of their carts and some of the artist carts are still there, but you don't see any of the people that you know from the Paranet there. They've all gotten out of there. You pull up to the cathedral, hop out, head inside.
I'm just sitting here thinking, like, how many like little post-apocalyptic, end of the world kind of little movies and stuff you watch where everyone's running, everyone's screaming, and then you see the people just driving like crazy. So it's like, where are those people?
Against
We're literally
the tide,
driving
yeah.
against the tide of people
Right.
on the sidewalk and just.
Honking the horn.
That's right. Get out of the way. You hop out, head into the cathedral. As you get to the main door of the cathedral, the doors swing open. And Deacon Fontainebleau is there, and he says, "Oh my gosh, I was so worried when I heard the pulse and saw the spirits begin to rise. You'd be surprised how many people were buried in Jackson Square." And you kind of turn around and you realize there's about 20 spirits that are chasing after people around Jackson Square. And he says, "Get in quick, we're safe in here. This is holy ground." You were right.
Do we need to be hurting? Do we need to be hurting people in here?
You could be calling people to come in, yeah.
All right, let's do that.
Most people, you start yelling, "Get in here, you're safe in the church." Yeah, people are going, eh. But there's a few of them that start heading that direction and head inside.
As many movies as people have run to the church to be saved, I think everybody.
You would think. People who are in panic mode, just,
you're right.
Surely the
Fully in their
cathedral would have
brain right now.
bells, right?
Oh, yeah.
Could we not just ring bells?
We could.
Yeah, we
All right, you
could.
can. Deacon Fontainebleau says, yeah, he'll turn the bells on. They're electric.
Yeah.
Well, okay, the pulls on them are electric. They don't have actual people that pull them.
I mean, yeah.
So he heads over there. He says, "I'll get the bells started," and he heads down the hallway. Looks like he's doing that. You get inside, close the doors. The people, kind of you're opening the doors as people kind of start to stream in. You notice several of the spirits seem to be coming this direction. All of them seem pretty old and decrepit. They're not moving terribly quickly. You're thinking that to keep them out, you may have to close the door, but you're not sure. Maybe an invisible wall kind of thing.
I'll just stand guard at the door until the people come in and then...
Actually, when they get to the front door, they are literally held back. Just like that.
Nice.
And so you're able to kind of stand back there, and you can actually kind of stab them and shove them
spirits,
back.
right?
The spirits, yes. Not the
Okay.
people.
Because she was like, I'm going to wait here till the people get here. Actually, when they get to the door, can't go. I was like,
You're fine.
oh no.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. So you're there. The bells start ringing. Ding, 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 ding. The stream of people kind of drops down, though oddly enough, someone comes into the cathedral. It is...
Is it the shuffle?
It is. It is Anne-Marie Laveau. Because if you remember, her shop is only a couple blocks from the cathedral. So she comes in. Now, being a practitioner, she's going to have to leave some of her magic at the door because she has not been invited in. But she's willing to go inside there and hide out from all the spirits and zombies and stuff like that. She comes in and she goes, "Darwin, what are you doing here?"
It's a long story.
Definitely one I want to hear someday. Very interesting. So, any idea what's going on? Why the spirits have risen?
It has to do something with this thrumming sound that keeps coming out.
Necromancy. Yes. I understand. I might have a way that we can help fight this.
Do tell.
I'll talk to you about it in a little bit once we get all these people in here and we can go some more quiet.
Fair enough.
Okay. So...
At some point, I will send a text to Volt to let him know where we are.
We're in the
All right, so
cathedral.
go ahead and give us the string of emojis that's going to
Right. Deacon Fontainebleau comes back. Are you going to have him take the coins to the reliquary while you've got them?
Yep.
Okay. You hand him the
I hand him the glove.
the glove and the... What else was it?
Gabriel,
You got
Gabriel
one.
has the other one frozen in his hand. Actually,
How's Gabriel doing?
Gabriel's still really hurt. You have bound his wounds. His arm has kind of unfrozen. He reaches over and unfreezes his hand to open his hand, and one of the fingers pops off. And because it's frozen, like
Okay,
liquid
I've
nitrogen
seen
solid.
him recover from worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
But he's able to open his hand enough that he can get the coin out, and he literally bare fingers picks up the coin and hands it to, puts it into the glove where yours is, and it doesn't affect him. Okay.
Oh.
And he looks at all of you as you see this, and he goes, "They were mine first. They don't affect me." And so the same way Nicodemus's noose has no power over me either. It was mine before he got it. And so he hands it to, and then at which point he kind of slumps down to one of the pews and goes, "I'm going to lay down for a while. I really don't feel well." And he just kind of lays back in his
gonna
tweed and curly hair. And
Give
just,
them my jacket as a pillow.
yeah,
Is there-
he's huh?
No, go ahead.
No?
Well, okay. I was just gonna say, is there a way I could go up into maybe like the second? If there's a second
Sure.
story.
Well, there's a tower in one side. You can go
Well,
up
to
that.
go in the tower and kind of like
You
look
should
out at
pick
the
up his
city to
finger
see if
and
I
get-
can
yeah,
figure
take it
out
off.
where the strumming
Solder
is
it on.
originating
Sure.
or coming from.
Yeah,
or
you start climbing the tower. Right.
Okay.
Let me cut back to Volt.
It's like
And I'm gonna let them know that's what I'm doing.
Actually,
I'm letting that to the
gross.
tower.
Before we cut back to Volt, would you get me a Hershey's beer from me, please? We'll take a brief interlude while I get something. Yes.
Gonna kind of look at Darwin whenever Gabriel sort of drifts off into his healing fugue or whatever. And just be like,
Make eye contact with Miranda. Immediately regret whatever's about to happen.
Exactly. You're about to get.
I'll just be like, touch.
That mug holds, I think, a whole beer, right? Probably and then some.
It's a simple.
Yeah.
Neat. All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. All right.
I thought
So-
we already found out that he was.
In character, we haven't.
We have it.
He's probably dropped. Do you have religion or something along those lines, or lore? Anybody who wants to
lore,
make
I
a
have
lore check to
scholarship.
figure out who Gabriel Beaumont is, you may. You have enough clues, you could probably suss it out. Let's do a lore check. If you have religion, you can accept. I don't think there's a religion thing anyway.
Well, I got a 6.
No idea.
You got a 6?
I got a 1.
Okay. Yeah, really.
I don't. Scholarship and lore and things like that are not high up on my
What'd you get?
skill
2.
tree.
All right.
Oh, I got a 3. Ah,
Okay.
figure.
Well, if you got a 3 or higher, you've recognized the fact that he's touched the silver coins first. The noose was his first that Nicodemus uses. The noose that Nicodemus wears came from Judas Iscariot. It's the one he hung himself with. And of course, the 30 pieces of silver that denarians are, those are the silver. So he is very obviously Judas Iscariot, probably as the wandering Jew, which means he can't die until Christ returns. There you
And
go.
I got a 6 on this. I'm pretty sure that I know
I got a
exactly.
Yeah,
1
you
and
would,
I'm
yeah.
like,
He's the
And you're
wandering
sitting there
Jew.
like, isn't that weird? I'm like, yeah.
Well, the wandering Jew over many years, they thought he was several different people, but it turns out that he actually was Judas Iscariot. Yeah. So let's see. You're in the cemetery. You fetched up against one of the crypts. There's about 5 guys with automatic weapons, and of course, then the guys inside the shield, the force field actually, and then you got Lacio. What do you want to do?
Throw the deuce up. Later, bitches, and backflip out and fly away.
Yes, you can. There's some kind of scattered gunshots at you, but you can stay where they can't really see you. Your phone goes zzz, zzz.
And I immediately hit call.
Okay. Well, actually, it's a text message.
Well, I'll hit call somewhere.
Okay.
Click on her thing and then.
Okay. Zzz. Okay. So you hit call.
I don't even read it. I just.
Right.
I see
your
it's from
phone rings.
Miranda.
Yeah, your phone rings.
I'm in the middle of this. Hello.
Yeah.
Hey, I found the source. We got a big problem.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What I assume is Antoine, of the leader of the Scavis clan, is sacrificing a vampire of the.
A white vampire.
no,
White Court
the-
vampire.
The specific one.
Malboro.
No, what do they call it? Whatever. Yeah, I guess Malvora.
Fear vampire.
Fear vampires. He's somewhere out with
White
a ghost,
vampire. White court vampire.
and I lost my train of thought.
He's in Sydney.
Where is this happening?
Oh, at the cemetery where we fought the necromancers last time across from the Museum of Death.
2 blocks
Oh.
away?
Okay, so
I couldn't
yeah.
get through the barrier to attack him.
barrier?
Yeah, it's a big magic barrier. Even
Oh,
though the flame
fun.
bitch can't get through.
Well, we're in the cathedral, so we'll come meet us here, and then we'll figure it out.
Follow the bells.
On my way.
Yeah, listen for the bells, right? Yeah.
So there's a ritual going on in the cemetery again.
Yay! Man, that's kind of
Necromancy.
about this.
Necromancy.
They need some security on this. The last security guy they had, though.
Right.
Yeah, I was
not so
about to
good.
say.
Yeah. Della, you've climbed to the second, maybe the third story of the tower, and the bells are above you, so it's a little noisy.
Yeah.
But you can put your fingers in your ear, and you can kind of look out.
Put your muffs on.
Right, and you can look out the different windows. You can tell that the pulses, because you can actually literally to the north of you see what looks like mist or smoke that goes boom out, boom boom like that, and you can actually see this kind of glowing mist that pulses out in the rhythm of heartbeat to the north of you. You're not exactly sure where it is. There's a lot of stuff to the north of you, but you see this speck come flying towards the church. It very much looks like a volt. Okay.
Oh.
I land in the bell tower so nobody really sees.
Yeah, you okay? You're gonna have to
I
open.
dodge him.
Well, you're gonna have to open the windows for him because they've got shutters there. So
I open the window and then I dodge him.
okay, you step inside. It's this is literally like a 300-year-old bell tower. Well, maybe it's only a couple hundred. I'm not sure if St. Louis Cathedral is still the original one. But yeah, you land inside there. The bells are going off. It's pretty noisy. You guys head downstairs.
So is he coming from where the mist was?
Yes, that direction.
I'm gonna move back in human form too.
Could you see anything in the mist if that was... That's doing the boom booming.
Yeah, it's in the cemetery.
All right.
That's where the Scavis leader, head honcho, I assume.
Well, let's go down and make a plan and hopefully...
While they're getting ready to come down, Anne Marie comes down and she's drinking a bottle of water, and she hands one to you, and she says, "Can we sit and have a chat for a minute?"
Of course.
Okay. She goes towards the front of the church, sits down on the pew, and she says, "I think I know a way that would give us the power to stop some of these spirits, at least to get some of us to the cemetery. But I'm going to need your help."
Okay.
And she takes a drink of the water and she says, "I'm not sure if you're going to want to do it."
Take a drink of the water.
Okay.
All right.
Give me an endurance check.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
So that would be 0.
She looks at you and you notice that one tear runs out of her eye, and she says, "I am so sorry I have to do this, but this is the only way I think we can do it." And you start going, "What?" And things start kind of swimming, and you get a little dizzy and woozy. And she goes, "I am so sorry. I think we really had something special, but this is the only way we can save the city." And
I'm
people.
out.
And yeah, you're out.
See
Right.
this?
No, she went to the front of the church, away from everybody. Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
Well, down the stairs, I'm
Yeah.
calling Anastasia
Right.
and filling her in.
Okay. Anastasia picks up immediately. She goes, "What the heck is going on with the city?"
You got some Scavis head honcho, probably Antoine, about to sacrifice one of your people.
Not my people. My people are all with me.
Oh, well, somebody's people.
Where can we meet up?
Well, I'm at St. Cathedral Church.
He goes, "Do you
We're heading to the
think the bishop would mind us taking refuge there?" Vampires in the church? They are white court,
You can only ask. Yeah.
Give us 15. We're on the way. Okay.
Yeah.
And so she hangs up.
All right. And then if I have enough time before I get downstairs or whatever, I'll call...
Letting all the wolves and chips down.
Exactly. I'm going to call... What's her face?
Who?
Oh, man.
Jean Marie?
Marie?
Yeah.
I'll call her up.
Okay. You call Jean Marie. She picks
I
up
guess
pretty.
they're my allies.
Yeah,
I
right.
don't know.
She picks up pretty quickly, and she says, "Just a second," and then she clicks off for a couple minutes, and then clicks back on, and she
Just
goes,
like it.
"So spirits are rising in the city.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on?"
Some Scavis head honcho asshole is raising the dead to take over the city.
She goes, "Damn, white court
Oh, there's a
vampires."
Black and Denarian too, so...
Demons.
Yeah.
She says, where are you at now? We need to get together so we can try and fight this.
St. Cathedral, Louis, whatever.
St. Louis Cathedral?
St. Louis Cathedral Church.
Perfect place. I should be okay there. Ask the
The ghosts are breaking through.
Yeah. Ask the Archbishop to meet me at the door.
All right, sure.
Or Deacon Fontainebleau would work too. All right, so a couple minutes goes by, and a white, looks like Chrysler 300 pulls up. The doors open. Anastasia steps out with, looks like 4 of her vampire friends. They come up to the entrance to the St. Louis Cathedral. Deacon Fontainebleau says, "Who are these people?"
Oh, these are just some people that are my people. They just need to stay here temporarily.
He looks and says, "White Court vampires. You're welcome to come inside for the night. After that, we'll see." And so Anastasia kind of grins, and her nondescript friends who are all wearing, black leather jackets and baseball caps and sunglasses all come inside. They troop inside. Anastasia reaches
I reach over and shake Fontainebleau's hand.
Anastasia reaches over and kisses you on the cheek.
Yeah.
Yeah. Deacon Fontainebleau is the one who looks at him. Yeah.
Give him a good firm handshake.
Yeah.
Thanks.
He kind of just shakes his head and shrugs. Couple more minutes goes by, and 2 black SUVs come rolling in. These are you'd think government SUVs. These are what you think of. They come in, they pull up past where you're parked, and Jean-Marie and what looks like the twins, the little blonde-haired boy and girl who are always dressed in white and are really good cooks, are also there with her. And then her really big bodyguard, who's wearing, the nice suit, and then 3 other bodyguards are with her. So there's like 7 people. They come walking up to the door. Deacon Fontainebleau looks and goes, "Can I help you?" Because he knows who she is.
Yeah.
And she looks at him and says, "Yes, I seek sanctuary." And he says, "You are welcome." And the thing you notice about her is that those tattoos that you'd seen before are darker. Okay, and so it's very obvious that you can see them now. Nobody else on her group seems to have tattoos though.
Jean-Marie had the tattoos?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Robert? Yeah, the girl he slept
Why
with.
did I think that was Anastasia this whole time? I'm
No,
sorry.
no.
I'm sorry.
So everybody troops inside. All right, now let's cut back to Darling. You passed out. It's dark. You kind of wake up and you're lying in a coffin. You can smell the dirt. You can feel kind of the silk rasping against your skin. And you're lying there, and you're wearing like this weird mask. You're and a top hat, and you're wearing black pants and a white shirt. You look around. You look around.
Yeah.
And you notice that your skin is distinctively darker than you remember.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden there's a rush. And you realize you're lying in one of the little side chambers.
Okay.
Off to the side. I'm sorry. You're actually lying in the little enclosed courtyard out behind the St. Louis Cathedral. Okay. That's the one where they have a little statue of Jesus. If you look at it, it kind of does a neat little silhouette on the wall. You're lying there, and there's a circle that's been drawn in the dirt. And Jean-Marie has just, Anne-Marie. Too many Jean-Maries.
Yeah.
Anne-Marie Laveau has just finished, and you're kind of looking at your body, and you can kind of see the superimposition of this person on you, and Anne-Marie looks at you and says, "It's only temporary, I promise. I will put my brother back where he belongs as soon as possible." Okay? You remember her brother?
Yeah.
He was the one who stopped the hurricane.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And since he's a very powerful voodoo master, he probably knows how to handle spirits and zombies. Probably not a bad guy. I'll get you the stats next time we play.
Yeah,
You get to play a
I was
voodoo
about to
guy. That'll be kind of fun for a little change of pace. Yep, there you go. And you stand up, gonna go back with Anne Marie back inside, I guess.
I guess so. You know,
Yeah.
just.
I mean, you're not terribly upset. Well, okay, Darwin's probably very upset,
I mean, yeah.
but you're not Darwin right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
All
very interesting second date.
No
The
kidding.
first date was to the ball.
Just imagine the third.
The second
Oh,
date's you're
Yeah.
riding my brother's corpse.
Fair enough.
Yeah. All right. So you're all in the church right now. What are you going to do?
Darwin's body?
Hmm?
Where's Darwin's body?
Yeah.
Really?
No, he's in Darwin's body. So Darwin looks normal. But when Darwin looks down, he sees the spirit's
okay.
superimposition over him. He's been possessed.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So
I
Darwin
thought
looks
she put
normal.
him in her brother's
No,
dead body.
in fact, Darwin's riding along, going, "Dude, I can't do anything. Why can't I wiggle my fingers?" And because the spirit now has control, yeah.
Lord.
And the spirit probably goes, "Mwah, fingers again." You know? So yeah. So what's the plan? Everybody's kind of gathered around the front of the cathedral.
Well, you said. What have you told us?
Is Della back down from
Everything
the tower?
that
Yeah, everybody's come back down.
there's some scabious head honcho person trying to sacrifice a white court vampire. Flame bitch is there, and there's a big barrier in the middle of that cemetery area.
And some cultists.
Did Flame
guns.
Lady seem like she was trying to help with it, or was just observing?
She may be facilitating it.
Lore check for Lashiel. I'm gonna give you a +1 because you're, associated with the church. You also read the book. Apparently.
Ooh, no.
6.
Okay. You remember? Was it 2? 3. Okay. You remember that Lashiel is a demon of intellect, and so she probably is the one who either taught him the spell, the ritual that he's doing, or found him the book, or something along those lines. So she's probably been teaching him the magic he needs to know.
Okay.
Yeah. That was one of the things she did in the Dresden Files. She was always tempting Harry with, "Hey, I could teach you how to do blah, 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 blah. It takes you hours to calm down before you do your ritual magic. I can teach you some techniques that'll do that in 15 minutes. Always just with those little punches there. And he was like, "Yeah, no." So, yeah.
I guess rally the troops and take down this barrier.
Well,
So
counterspell wouldn't work because that's more of like countering the spell when it's
That's
cast,
exactly
right?
what you have to do is you have to counterspell it.
Okay,
Right.
that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah. Now, if you go in there and you want to blast that counterspell down, depending on how tough the barrier is, that's going to be tough to do. But you might, I don't know. Whatever you
And
want
you
to do.
can help her with that stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We got the power of the autumn night.
Yo, where's Darwin at?
I don't know.
Darwin's
is he
there, too.
fine? Oh,
He's with you guys. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You guys can give me a report check if you'd like to see if you notice that Darwin seems odd.
Jesus Christ, my was the 2
Same
times
thing,
in a
yeah.
row. We both rolled the same.
Wow.
2.
My report is +4, so that's still a 1.
Oh wow!
No, still +1. Okay.
Ooh,
Yeah, you
hey,
didn't
you
get
rolled
it.
what we rolled.
Yeah, you didn't get it. No.
You didn't do
His
it?
deceit roll was higher than yours. Yeah. No, Darwin's fine. He's fine.
Oh okay.
Yeah.
I thought his body was gone too.
No. He's there with you guys. He's standing next to Anne Marie, which they went out or something like that. They definitely went to the gala together. Yeah.
I guess
So
y'all take down the
Alright,
barrier and we'll
Yeah.
smash
I'm
them
gonna-
and grab
we're
the
gonna-
people or
I
whatever.
guess-
What we do?
We'll come up to like a corner, hopefully that they're not looking at. Although I have a feeling Last Shell's going to know exactly where we are.
Anne Marie looks at you and says, "I think Darwin and I should clear a way through the spirits for you.
Okay.
I have
Alright.
some ability with spirits, and I think Darwin can help me with
Actually,
Okay.
maybe a 3-pronged attack. If you guys clear the spirits, you guys go in after the barrier. Could you drop me in once the barrier comes down?
Who do you want me to drop you on?
What's your health at? Are
Um,
you like healthy or close to
You
dying?
know, I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm not dying. I'm not great.
Okay.
Can I
that. Go ahead.
Can I take defensive actions to protect somebody?
Sure.
So
Sure.
I'll
Just
drop
put
you
up a
down.
block.
and
You
I'll-
can do maneuvers that possibly they can tag to give themselves more defense and stuff like that. Yeah.
I mean, I think the necromancer who's performing the rituals probably our primary target, right?
Yeah.
So that's
To stop that,
That's-
and then we can go after what's her face. Oh, there are also a lot of cultists with AK-47s too. So
When you say that, Anastasia
Oh.
says, "Ooh, we can take the cultists. They're easy."
all right, sweet.
oh,
Jean Marie walks up to you and says, "Well, those of us who work for the church have to stick together. And she kind of winks at you and says, let's go. I'll make sure you can get to the Scavis to make sure you can put him down.
Okay.
And they're in the corner of the cemetery?
Yeah.
I could just...
Fastball special?
Yeah, fastball
you
blow
could.
the wall
You
and
could.
stuff if we need
Actually,
to.
you could, yeah. And which point, Deacon Fontainebleau says, well, so who's going to try and take down Lashiel?
Well,
Gabriel Beaumont's looking out of
Yeah,
commission.
he's probably not going to go with you. Yeah.
And to be honest,
well,
mean,
once we do our counter spell, I can
Yeah,
go help.
yeah.
I can go fight.
Yeah, but
You guys are standing there, and there's a knock on the church door.
Ooh.
I like it.
God?
You go over and open it?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a cat sitting there,
Oh my God.
and it's looking at you, okay? And you notice that behind it, sitting underneath the eaves, there's about 10 other cats. And all of a sudden, the cat grows until it's about this tall. And it's got these wicked, hands and stuff like that, and really fangy teeth and pointy ears. And you're thinking kind of like bobcat or mountain lion, but sitting on its hind legs. And it looks at you and says, the Autumn King says we should help you. And it looks very disgusted by this whole idea.
That makes so much more sense now with the cats.
And it says, it really smells bad, this church. I don't like it. We're going to go back to the square. Come get us when you need us. It turns around and turns back into a cat, and they all head back out to the square. Okay.
So we got cats.
Was
Yeah.
this reminiscent at all of like the Saint Cuthbert cat from like the Never Never?
No, St. Cuthbert was, that was just a priest. A healer.
Okay.
Yeah. No, but remember, you've been hearing about the cats
Yeah.
since the beginning.
That's very true.
Lore check. You get a +1 because you're fake.
5.
2.
0.
3 and 5 will do it. What'd you get?
2.
Okay. They're malks. They're these fey creatures. They're really nasty. They like to kill humans, but toy with them first before they kill them, like normal cats. They see humans as just being kind of like playthings to be toyed with and tormented and destroyed. They're not very nice fey. They typically are considered winter fey.
Yeah.
So that means if they're helping you, that means the Autumn King has called in a favor. Either that or he's decided to join the Winter Court. One of the two. But, there you go. So, that's where we are on that. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So we got the Malks to come help us.
Well, let's do it.
All right.
Okay.
Pedal to the metal.
Do you want to lead the Malks to the cemetery so we can take the barrier down?
I mean, they can follow probably you,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
They'll follow your orders.
Oh, that makes more
Yeah.
sense. Yeah.
They'll follow
The
my
cats
suggestions.
really do
Yeah.
anything they're ever told? Yeah, probably not.
I mean,
They start knocking all the
Yeah,
tombstones
that's
over.
right. And that's a good place to stop before the camera quits on us again.
Fair enough.
Just imagine the cultists being like, don't do it. And they're like,
What?
yeah.
We needed that candle for the seance.
Cool stuff.
Whole cemetery lights on fire.